Hello YouTube, and welcome back to yet another edition of Stories from the Friendzone. This is the segment where we go to the Friendzone subreddit and we're going to answer some questions. That's what we do. We help people out. We are going to get right into the Friendzone, and I don't read these before we do this. We're just going to go ahead and do this because fuck it. I got rejected. So I know his girl for a year now. Let's call her L. So I have a crush on L for a while now. I eventually add her on Snapchat and we start talking. I talk to her in real life as well, and she is the nicest girl I have met in a while. So one day I decide to tell her how I felt and ask if she's free on Saturday. She said yes, and when Thursday comes I say hey, she responds hey and say how you doing. I go to shower. When I come back I see that she blocked me. Like, L, if you're going to do this, at least tell me you don't like me and that you're not interested in a relationship instead of just blocking me. Maybe you were talking to her too much, man. I don't know. That's all I can really glean from this is maybe you were talking to her a lot on Snapchat. Maybe you were talking to her a lot in real life. And plus, who knows how old y'all are, right? Maybe she really did not want to reject you. She got really freaked out. She was like, yeah, I don't want to have to deal with this. I'm sorry that happened. But if you really told her how you felt, then congratulations, man. That's what you're supposed to do. And just keep on doing that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So good job. But, yeah, maybe you're just really creepy or something. I don't know. Sometimes when guys do this, they really get into the whole, like, I really like you, I feel something for you, you want to go out, and then all the way leading up to the date or the time that they're supposed to go out, they're, like, talking to her a bunch, they're still trying to communicate with her and stuff like that. Really just try to limit it to, hey, I like you, let's go out, let's do it, and then send a confirm. Try to get a confirmation on the day before or a couple days before or something like that. We don't have enough information here, but I'm just going to guess and I'm going to give the advice. Hey, once you get the go ahead on for a date on Saturday or whatever it is, don't talk to that person too much, because then the mystery is gone. She's going to be like, I already know who this person is. And all that he does is just ask questions about me and what I like, and then tries to mirror himself off of that. Man, that's weird. But look, maybe it's not completely your fault. Don't just listen to me. I mean, shit, maybe she's just a wacko, like I said. Maybe she just really didn't want to reject you. She didn't want to be in that position. And she went about it in a really shitty way. So I'm sorry that it went that way for you, but, you know, that's just the way it goes. Try again, dude. You did the right thing, though. You did what you were supposed to do. What the fuck is this? Yeah. Pain. I have been communicating with one girl for more than 2 years. I constantly help her, talk to her when she was in hard situations. Relatively recently, I realized that I was not indifferent to her, and I was going to confess. She writes to me that she started dating a guy she knows for 4 months. It hurts. I mean, you gotta be honest to yourself before this happens. You constantly help her. I mean, when this kind of thing happens, next time you're in this situation and you're constantly helping a girl for 2 years, you have to be honest with yourself and realize, like, hey, actually, you haven't been indifferent to her for a really long time. Like you're really interested in her. Also, we have to get off this situation of confessing. I've gone over this before, but the confessing shit is weird. When you're a friend with someone for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, and then all of a sudden you say to them, like, hey, actually, I've, like, really been having all of these feelings pent up inside me for so long, possibly this entire time that you've known me, then it gets really awkward for the other person because they're like, oh shit, I totally did not know that. You did not put yourself off as someone who was interested in me like that. Therefore, I kind of just shelved the entire thing in my mind. So it's really awkward to do the whole confessing thing, have the other person, accept the confession and all this. And then the thing about confessing is like, then what happens? What happens from there? Usually the guy is like, I've confessed to you everything. And then it's like, well, what is she supposed to do with that? She hasn't had any of these signals for the entire time that you've known each other. Why would she do anything about it now? Nothing has changed. In fact, she's moved on to some other guy that she's known who has made his intentions known much sooner than you have. So why would she spend time with someone who spends 2 years not confessing the way that he doesn't feel indifferent about her, which isn't even really your feelings? I mean, you're romantically interested in her, let's be honest. When she could run into someone and then he's like, hey, you're attractive, I like you, let's go out. It hurts, I'm sorry, it happens, I'm sorry. You gotta move on. I don't mean to be mean. But you've also been communicating with one girl this entire time. I mean, there's other girls out there. You'll be okay. You have to, maybe she'll move on to this other guy and you can kind of move on and do something else. Even I know the best way for a friend zone. I want to know your opinions. So a year ago, I met a girl that was the closest model of a girl that I appreciate, but unfortunately, I've got friend-zoned. And I moved on since that, but we kept talking as good friends, and I want to know if it is possible somewhere on the universe that she migth change her mind about me and start like me. We don't see each other since April, if I'm not wrong. She's 1 year younger than me. I'm in college. She's finishing the school. I read here on Reddit a question about this, and I'm curious to hear about your opinions. The best is to move on and just forget about that, but who knows, Rigth? Sorry for the bad writing. Hope you get the point. Yeah, I got it. No. I'm sorry, dude. She's moved on. You guys haven't seen each other since April. And the thing for girls and even a lot of guys is like, look, if you're not gonna be there like in person, or if you're not making some kind of impression or something like this, like she's not gonna make any kind of moves. She's moved on to different stuff, moved on to other people that she's interested in, moved on to different interests and stuff like that. She's gonna start filling her time with stuff that she's interested in. And also you're in college, dude. Just, go after college chicks. It'll be fine. She might end up going to a different college. You're in a fantastic situation right now where COVID's gonna be over soon. Hopefully, you're gonna be in college. People will start getting together again. You're gonna move on. Is it possible somewhere in the universe that she might change her mind? I mean, no. I want to say maybe, just because, the universe is infinite, so it's like possible, but look, it could be a situation where I don't want to give you hope. Sorry, dude, I don't. You got friend zoned. How did you get friend zoned? She friend zoned you. No. Get muscles, start lifting weights, and eat a lot. Maybe she'll change her mind. But you're in college, dude. Take advantage of it. You'll be fine. Meet other people. You'll be alright. Turned a friend zone. Is there someone who has been friend zoned at first, but after, maybe without seeing each other for a long time, like years, has changed the situation? Yeah, I think they make movies about this. I think you can watch Just Friends, I think Ryan Gosling like changes into from a fat guy to a skinny guy, and then like the girl falls in love with him or something. They make movies about it. But I mean, they also make movies about like zombies and like, I don't know, the apocalypse being brought on by like birds, people going down to the center of the earth to launch a nuke to restart the core of the earth. I mean, they make movies about a bunch of different shit that is basically impossible. How I got friendzoned. I literally just told them over text, and then they left all socials for a month, came bad as if nothing happened, and I didn't tell them anything. Now we're just friends, and they say that constantly, like, you're a good friend. TBH, I'd prefer an upfront, no, we're better as friends. Look. Girls operate on hints, man. If you can get the hint, I know a lot of guys rage about this. I know guys get pissed off about this, but and I think I just read this before, which is like, why aren't they just upfront? I'd rather they just reject me outright. If you get the hint, that's what they want to do. They're not going to want to tell you. What's the difference between you're a good friend and no, we're better as friends? There's literally no difference. If they give you the hint and you get it, like that's communicated to you, the only difference is that you're upset about the way that they said it. You still got the information that you needed. There's no difference. Also, you told them over text. I mean, this is all wrong. You have to tell them in person. You have to be real with them. You have to say, hey, I'm interested in you. I've said it a million times at this point. But you have to say, hey, I'm interested in you. I want to go out with you. Like, let's go out sometime. You told them over text. Come on, man. It's just not attractive. No one is going to be into that. This is what is going to happen. This is what they're going to want to do, is that they're going to want to act as if nothing happened. This happened in the last episode that I talked about the same thing. Someone else talked about the same thing. Is they acted as if nothing happened, and then they continued to act like friends, which you guys were before this text happened. And then you obliterated them off of all of their social medias. But look, I think I've been talking about this for the past 2 episodes, which is like, if a girl's gonna be like, hey, you're such a good friend, you're you're brother to me, this and that kind of thing, it's like, look, you get the picture, and stop looking at this kind of situation, and this goes for everybody. Stop looking at this kind of situation and trying to make it into, but why can't they change how they're communicating? Because you can also look at what you're doing and you can say like, oh, hey, actually, I communicated in a really screwed up way, which is like something that is coming from the heart and something that is coming from honesty is being told over text and being told over a screen instead of, at the very least, on the phone. Or on video, at the least. It should be in person. So you have to look at yourself and you say, how can I make this conversation, or how can I make my communication with this person better, or communication with people down the road, because it's not happening with this person. How can I make communication with people down the road better to where this situation doesn't happen to me? And I can possibly get an answer such as, no, we're better as friends. Because they'd have to tell you instead of just deleting all of their social medias, because that's how to make it not awkward. Oh, God, this just reminds me of the time that I had a crush on somebody and I sent a fucking long ass text message to that person. And this wasn't the time. There was no iPhones. There was no nothing like this. My phone was literally the size of this. This was the size that my phone was. And I was texting on T9 with the little 9-number numpad and having to use... I typed out a 2 fucking page SMS using that shit. That shit was crazy. I felt like an idiot after that because that's fucking stupid. Flirting between two friends gone wrong. A few days ago, I sent a long text to one of my friends basically going off on him. He responded to my question that I asked him the other night. We were flirting like we always do by text, and I asked him, what was he thinking about when he thought of me during the day? His response was, "Don't even try it. You said you were thinking of me. I was thinking nice, sweet thoughts of my friend. Just leave it as it is." That response tore me up on the inside. Why? Because I was not expecting that response from him. We have been flirting on and off for 10 years, and I thought that he might have deeper feelings for me. He started sending me these flirty emojis a few years ago. If he did not have deep feelings for me, he wouldn't keep flirting with me, right? I don't know. But anyway, I sent him this long text basically telling him that I don't want to flirt with him anymore because I don't flirt with friends and I don't have sex with friends, and that he got what he wanted, a friends with benefits situation. I didn't want that, and that I needed space from him. He usually responds, but I blocked him because I didn't want to see his response to me. His text earlier opened my eyes to "we are just friends." That hurt deeply. That really cut me to core. Fast forward a few days later, I have been thinking about him heavily and wondering if I did the right thing. I want to send him an explanation of why I texted that. Because I know to him, that text came out of left field and left him dumbfounded because just the other day we were on good terms. I was the one who flipped on him because of what he said. Should I let this friendship go? I don't know that either. He is very dear to my heart, and I thank God for him. But the problem lies when we start flirting with one another. We are very attracted to one another as well. The thing is that I don't want a relationship with him either. So why did I flip out? Because in a way, it is a form of rejection. Rejection hurts, especially from a guy that I have developed feelings for over a span of 10 years. I love him, but I am not in love with him. He will always, forever be in my heart. TVP. I don't know what the TVP means. Oh, man. So you've known this guy for 10 years. You've developed feelings for him over this 10 years. You basically went off on him because he didn't think about you in a romantic context. But you don't want a relationship with him? I mean, come on. You gotta be honest with yourself, right? Like, what do you really want from this guy? He will always forever be in my heart. I thank God for him. You don't want to flirt with friends. Look, and please don't get me wrong. I mean, the guy sounds like he's being an idiot. Look, you guys have been friends for 10 years. Here's what I'm guessing, is that he was sending flirty emojis and all this stuff because he might have been lonely, or he might have been seeking some attention or this kind of stuff. He's known you for a really long time. He knows that attention from you is easy. He can kind of lead you on without consequence and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's very possible that he led you on and he's kind of being a shitty friend for doing this. But I mean, what are you gonna do? You're freaking out on the guy because you want him to be interested in you, and that's why he's flirting with you. But then, I think you didn't like the fact that you're rejected. So then you were like, well, I didn't want a relationship with him anyways. I mean, come on, you gotta be honest with yourself, right? You wanted a relationship with this guy. You were flirting with him because you were attracted to him. You wanted him to be thinking something positive about you. Be honest. What if he was like, oh, I'm really thinking about you a lot, and we should be a romance relationship. But he's a dick. I mean, look, don't even try it. You said you were thinking of me. I was thinking nice, sweet thoughts of my friend. I mean, what is this? You gotta let go of this guy. You gotta chase after some other guy. You've been dealing with this guy's bullshit for 10 years. You've been denying yourself of your feelings for this guy for 10 years. I mean, you gotta move on. And don't. The last thing, by the way, the last thing that he's gonna want is a long ass text about why you sent the long ass text about blowing up on him, trying to explain what kind of romantic feelings you have for him or whatever it was. I mean, that is, the flirting may have been sexy and nice, but that would just be a turnoff, right? Getting a long ass text, trying to explain a long ass text. No, that's not attractive. I'm sorry. Don't worry about this guy. He kind of seems like he's just toying with you anyways. And then you don't know what you want, so, it's okay. Just move on. Hard friendzoned. I just got friendzoned this morning by someone I really wanted to be with for the longest time. She threw herself at me when I was just freshly out of a relationship, and I said that as much as I wanted to, I need a little time to heal from the horrible toxic shit I spent 7 years in. Well, we always had open and honest communication and said we loved each other because I honestly always have for 17 years, 10 of those she was married, and I was very, very respectful. So it's been a year since my breakup, and with therapy, I was going to ask if she wanted to start seeing each other. I gave her my usual, "Good morning, you are loved, cherished, and I hope you have a great day" text. Only to receive, "Please talk to me in a platonic way. I need to keep my mind clear from not hurting someone. I do love you though. I can't have a healthy relationship with men in my IM box. I do love and appreciate you. I understand healthy boundaries. I will respect it. But goddamn if that didn't feel like I got smacked in the face with a brick. Sorry for the long stream of conscious, bad grammar post. I'll move on, but damn that hurt." I'm feeling like we're getting an influx of kind of 20s, 30s, even 40s-year-old people who are like religious and shit that are coming to the Friendzone subreddit to figure out like their feelings about friends that they've had for 10 years. Look, maybe it was, I'm tired of speculating. Gave her my usual "Good morning, you are loved, cherished, and I hope you have a great day." You text this person this every day? Oh man. So how long have you been out of this relationship? Look, I don't think this is as bad as anyone thinks as this is. Here's what I think happened. You got out of a relationship. You said that you needed time to process things or whatever. You told her this. She may have been into you. You guys may both be into each other. And then when you're telling her like, "Hey, actually, I need space," she might have been really excited that you weren't in a relationship anymore. And she was where the fuck do I begin and end? She probably wanted a relationship with you. You guys probably both wanted to be together, but then, you kind of gave her like the, "Hey, hang on a second, like I need to deal with some shit." And maybe she took that personal. Maybe she got hurt by that, and it's not really your fault. You needed to do what you needed to do. But it's like maybe she got hurt by that, and, that kind of sucks for her. So maybe she's kind of, I mean, I kind of don't want to go down this road, but I mean, you were in a toxic relationship. You're attracted to this person. There may be some toxicity there. I don't know, but kind of my point is maybe she just kind of got hurt a little bit, and so you kind of need to, I don't know if it's double back or double down, or be like, "Hey, wait a minute, like actually I'm interested in you. I think you're interested in me too, like we should try something." Maybe apologize, maybe say, "Hey, we should try something here, but what is the "Good morning, you are loved, cherished," the everyday thing?" And then she replies that, "I can't have a healthy relationship with men in my IMX." I feel like this is a texting relationship. I don't know about this, dude. I feel like this may be a relationship between you guys where it's like you guys are just texting back and forth, and that's what the relationship is built on. And then there's a bunch of "I love yous" back and forth during text. I don't know. I'm I'm sorry you got hurt. She probably got hurt. I'm gonna say try telling her how you actually feel. Try telling her how you think she feels. See if she does feel the same way. If she's really interested in you, call her, see her in person. I know COVID is going on, so this is really bad advice at this point, but I don't know. I think that this can be figured out if you guys have been close friends for a really long time. If it's not what I'm thinking, where it's like you guys have just been texting back and forth, this and that. I think there is a chance here, but you guys need to actually communicate and not do the good morning, you're loved and cherished, and this. I mean, it's just very platitudinal. That doesn't mean anything. She wants to know your feelings. You want to know her feelings. What the fuck is this meme? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Okay. Oh, fuck me. Help. 20M. I hope you enjoy reading. I would immensely appreciate anyone's opinion on my situation, particularly females, but honestly anyone. Context. Sophomore year of college, my suite mate, and one of my close friends, has been dating a girl for about a year. Over the course of the semester, she would hang out with our suite, and I got to know her really well, to the point where she also became one of my closest friends. Near the end of the semester, feelings started to really take hold. I realized that I never met anyone who understood me the way she did. I understood the way she thought because it was the same way I viewed the world. She's the coolest person I ever met, etc., etc. Well, one night, while I'm wallowing in self-pity, my sweet mate came in and told me he wanted to break up with this girl. I'm actually shocked because I didn't know why he would do that. He basically says that he just doesn't want to be in a relationship anymore. He's a serial womanizer. Didn't want to be constrained and couldn't do long distance. She was going abroad the next sem to Italy, which got cut short because of COVID, but more on that later. So they break up, she's distraught, and I'm suddenly put in the absolute worst position possible, having to support and be there for her while also being there for my other friend because it was still painful for him to go through with it. And on top of that, keep as neutral as possible because tensions are very high and I can't appear to influence her view or it will make me look bad to my friend. And I've fallen for her hard. We've gotten closer than I've ever been to someone. We talked a lot. I was head over heels for her, and it was finals season, so it sucked. She's able to rebound fairly quick because she realized that he wasn't for her. On the last day before I left campus for winter break, I met up with her for one last time. It was here that I told her how I felt about her. I explained that I knew it was too soon for her to start dating again and that she has a lot on her mind and that she's leaving for Italy, but I still wanted her to hear it from me in person before she left about how I felt. At this point, I felt I was going to absolutely explode if I kept it bottled up inside. She says, almost word for word, that if I had asked her before this other guy did, she probably would have said yes. I knew she had liked me before, but nothing came to fruition for obvious reasons. I had to leave, unfortunately, but we stayed in touch regularly throughout our trip abroad and when COVID broke out and the whole 9 yards. Summer before junior year, we're still in touch and we hang out at lakes and trails. We haven't talked about what we were since that one conversation. I drop feelers here and there to gauge where she's at, but she doesn't seem like she wants to talk about it. I never make a move or push more than that. Fast forward to about a month ago, I head to campus to hang out with my old roommates, including that guy she used to date. We're still friends. He may or may not know about my feelings for this girl, and things feel different than they used to, but for all intents and purposes, we are still close. As we're catching up, he reveals to me that he and this girl got back together after she came back from Italy and were dating until only a month or so before then. He was the one who ended things, again, for the same reasons. He said they were really talking much anymore anyway. I hide my emotions hearing this. I hike a trail with her that same day, and she asked me if the guy has said anything about her, since she knew I had seen him. I explain what he had told me. She assures me that they weren't dating. Sort of a moot point at this stage. From that point until today, I stopped reaching out to her first. She occasionally texted me asking when I would come visit and that she hasn't seen me in a while. She's the only person that ever asks to see me. I have to make a decision. I've been in the friend zone from when we had that conversation back before she left for Italy all the way until today. Finding out about her getting back with her ex, regardless of what their status was, tells me a lot. On one hand, I feel I should end the friendship. This is only going to result in more pain for me inevitably down the road, but at the same time, to give up on her feels like a colossal mistake. I still have strong feelings for her as I did all those months ago, and they're not going to go away. Should I try to talk to her one last time about how I feel and lay everything out? I'm very picky with the people I fall for, and I've never met anyone like her. They say there's always more fish in the sea, but no two fish are exactly the same. Thank you so much for reading. You're welcome. Yes, you should have done something way before. You should have told her how you felt and asked her out on a date. You should have done something romantically with this person. You basically should have done something and made a move literally at every point that you have second-guessed yourself up until now. She's into you. She told you that she was into you. Here's the thing that she's not into. She's not into the fact that you won't ask her out or you won't tell her how you actually feel. If you had asked her out once she got back from Italy, she probably would have said yes. If you asked her out before she went to Italy, she probably would have said yes. I mean, this chick is interested in you. There's no other way that she could make it obvious. You have to do something. I want you to notice this. You have done basically, look, there have been multiple points where she's kind of given cues and that you should have kind of known, you should have pushed it a little bit more over the edge. At every point, you have stopped yourself into making an actual move that could have made a difference. And that sucks that sucks for you, but I was going to say that sucks for her. But she has a guy that's willing to, number one, ask her out, and number two, break up with her, which both of those things take some amount of balls. So you have to be able to do the same thing. She's interested in you. She's attracted to you. Ask her out, dude. Oh, God, I'm just reading through it again. Maybe you don't have to make it a huge thing where you have to confess all of your feelings and your whole love and all this shit. But I mean, just at the very least, just be like, hey, I'm interested in you. I know you're interested in me. Let's go. And I'm not going to be able to put words in your mouth. I think that you can do this by yourself and you're fine. But I think what you need to do here is bring yourself and her to that point where you find yourself second guessing yourself and like, should I say something or should I not say something? And then do something different. Say the thing that you don't want to say. Actually do something that could polarize her in the situation and make, her choose and actually give you a straight answer, because you're not going to get an answer like this. This is what guys will do. Guys will be like, why doesn't she just reject me outright? Why doesn't she just tell me I just want to be friends? Or why doesn't she just be honest with me, be straightforward with me? And then you see this from a guy, and then it's just like, it's not exclusive. It doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl. It doesn't matter. It's not just, listen, every guy who has this problem of why won't she just tell me outright this and that, for every guy that's like that, there is a chick who's thinking the exact same fucking thing. There's probably 5 of them that's thinking the exact same thing. Why won't he just tell me that he's interested in me and ask me out? I've literally done all I can. I told the guy that I liked him. Okay, that's going to be it for the Friend Zone. Thank you for listening. Thanks for checking out the podcast stories. from the Friend Zone. The website is friendzone.me. Of course, we are on YouTube as you are viewing it. We're also on Spotify. Thank you, and we'll see you later.